So, James.
David.
David. What is your last name, David?
Wills.
Wills. All right, we talked a little bit, so you're telling me about where you live.
Yes.
So what's your challenge?
My challenge is to become a writer and a business person.
No, but why do you live in that, where you live? You told me because it's for the mentally challenged?
Yeah, I live in a boarding care home, and my illness is schizophrenia, but I don't think that's going to hold me back because I have a lot of goals.
Not from art.
No.
You might even be able to flip that into a power.
Yeah.
Because people with some, maybe we'll call it
Mental
does the
illness.
word mental disorder, does that?
Yeah,
That's okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
Things like bipolar disorder or anxiety or schizophrenia or schizoaffective, these things kind of encourage us to do art because these things kind of keep us alive, right? Writing and expressing ourselves when nobody can understand us, you know?
Right.
Since when did you realize you had schizophrenia?
When I was in my 30s, I kind of went off course. I was going to school, and I couldn't go into school because I wanted to get a job, and my job, they left the building that we were working at, so I had to look for another job, and I was kind of depressed, and that's how I started. I got anxious. I would do things I shouldn't have done, and so I went back to school, and from there it's just hit and miss.
So a few times you tried to go back to school.
Yes.
Yeah. Was it always writing? Was it always business?
Business and writing.
Even back then?
Yeah.
Why do you like writing for?
I like different movies. I liked Star Wars. When I was growing up, I liked the movie Star Wars and other science fiction movies. And I wanted to do that sort of thing.
What was life like as a boy?
Oh.
Can you share with me some memories you have? Parents?
Yeah, going to the beach, going camping, just having a good time with my family. We had 10 children in the family.
Wow, you had a lot of siblings.
Yeah.
Where did you land in the bunch?
I was like the third from the last.
Third from the last?
Yeah.
Did you have a mom and dad in the home, or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not alive now. No. They passed away like maybe 8 years ago.
What were your dreams as a boy?
Just to have a family, have a good job, and I read a lot of books, so some of my ambitions were to get a career and make as much money as I could.
In your home, was art something that was inspired, or was no?
Yeah, I like to draw, and my brothers and sisters, they told me to keep drawing, you know, because I was good at it. So I did that for a while, and I like to do other things, play tennis, basketball. My brothers all did that. Tennis, basketball, swimming. And I liked going to college. So I I've been going to college a long time. I studied at maybe 5 colleges: Los Angeles Trade Tech, LA City College, Safety College, Mount Sac, and Citrus College.
What city did you grow up in?
LA.
You grew up in LA?
LA, yeah. Yeah, towards the end it got kind of like a bad neighborhood. So we moved from LA to Corona. And from there, I used to go to hospitals for my depression and my anxiety, my schizophrenia, and the most of all, I like to read books and try and reach my goals in life.
What's one of your favorite novels of all time?
The Hobbit.
The Hobbit?
Yeah.
Wow, you like are they, what's the genre? Mystical? What are they considered?
It's like fantasy.
Fantasy?
Yeah.
You really like fantasy, don't you?
Yeah, yeah. I like fantasy.
Hobbit's been out for how long? How old were you when you first read it, I should ask?
I was about maybe 12 years old.
So it's been around for a long time, that story.
Yeah.
Wow. The Hobbit. What's your favorite thing about The Hobbit?
Just like the adventures that they went on. And there was a mystical character there named Bilbo Hoggins. They went to fight a dragon and get treasure.
You would get lost in that, huh, as a boy?
Yeah.
So when you said you used to go to the hospital for anxiousness and you labeled it schizophrenia, how old was this? As a boy? As a teenager? Adolescent?
No, I'd say maybe 20-something.
Was this induced by a breakup, a family, drugs, any substances, or?
Well, I lost a job, I think.
Wow.
My job, yeah.
Was it a job that you saw a future in, or?
It was a retail job, Kmart, and I liked the people there, and we got along real good. And my parents wanted me to do good, so in life, I tried to get a job at the post office, and I didn't make the probation, so.
And with that loss of job that you said had a big effect on you, how long was the depression? Did it last for years? Did it?
Yeah, it lasted for a few years. Just kind of stuck in depression, anxiety. One of the things I did was go back to school.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's something I always liked.
What's your favorite memory as a boy?
Oh, my favorite memory was Disneyland. I like Disneyland. I like going on the rides. I like when I was going with my family. And also Christmas time. Christmas, we got presents. Had a good time with the family.
Just the feeling of it, right?
Yeah, the feeling.
It just felt good.
Feeling.
Even now, as I guess a grown man that I am, I'm 33. It just feels good. It's a holiday, there's gonna be food. People just are automatically in a good mood. As you're older and gifts don't mean as much, it's just more the togetherness.
Yeah.
How are holidays spent now? Are you have any friends? Do you still talk to any of your siblings? Or?
Yeah, I still talk to my siblings. just the other day, my brother came and got me and took me to a place to eat. And we just talked, had a good time.
Are you guys similar in age?
No, he's older than I am.
He is?
Yeah. Yeah.
Did any of your, this is a lot of siblings you have. Did any other ones have struggles with mental
No.
illness? Or,
No, just me. Just me. Yeah.
You ever been in love?
Yeah.
Can you talk about it? People would like to hear about this, stories and stuff.
Well,
Your age, who she was, where'd you meet her? Describe her.
Well, I didn't really get too far with her. Her name was Rosa.
Rosa?
Yeah.
Rose, huh?
Yeah.
What did she look like?
She was Spanish, and she has short hair and medium dark skin and a nice build.
Nice frame, huh?
Yeah, nice frame, nice build.
What was her face like?
I met her. Oh, her face was real pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah. I met her at the place I worked in, Century City Mall, the Century City Mall. But I never did continue the relationship. So that was sort of depressing.
Was she working there?
She was working with me
Okay.
at a job, yeah.
Did it get past friends? Did it ever get past like just being friends, or?
No.
So this was like kind of something you just enjoyed her company. It's a woman that you often look back and you think about those memories.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And I also met other women. I met this lady named Ursula. She was German, and she was a nice young lady. And we did things together. Went to restaurants and stuff like that.
Do you what do you like more of a woman? Her hands or her feet?
I say the feet.
You like the feet? I'm starting to like the hands more, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, the hands, yeah.
And I like the symbolism of the hands as well, like or the operation of them, because they grab you, you know, like holding your hand.
Yeah.
Like I I used to trust me feet. I love feet, but I also love a woman's hands because they hold them, they just hold stuff, just with the operation of the hands. Okay, what's of women of their face? What is your favorite feature of a woman's, like from the neck up?
Oh,
Because I want to tell you mine.
The eyes.
You took it right out of my heart, man. I love a woman's eyes.
Yeah,
I love her eyes too.
Yeah.
I love it. Can't imagine a life without ladies, you know?
Yeah.
Even if they don't like me or not interested in me, just in general, just their presence. Men would be, who the fuck knows where men would be?
Yeah.
We'll be choking each other out.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure what else to ask, man. I'm not sure. Are you on medication?
Yeah, I take medication. Yeah. It's supposed to handle the schizophrenia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So every day you're on it?
Yeah, every day.
Like, does it make you mellow, or does it like what does it do biologically?
It just makes me cope with the schizophrenia. It sort of induces like a light, sedated feeling.
Do you like that?
It really doesn't bother me because, it doesn't bother me that much. I can still do things.
Have you had to get used to it? Like when you first started taking it?
Yeah.
Like you felt like a restless feeling on you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or did you have to go through a process of finding the right dosage and the exact medicine you needed?
Yeah, find the right dosage. and
That must have been
everything.
the hardest part. But once you finally get once you get all the dosages, I guess you say, down to where you feel okay,
Mhm.
that's when it's okay, I guess. But that
Yeah.
whole initial, because I was diagnosed bipolar before, and they put me on pills, and I felt restless. I couldn't read a book. I couldn't. I just felt like something was on me. I couldn't shake. And I know that there was a process of getting adjusted or finding the right dosage. I just couldn't do it. And but
Yeah.
everybody's in a different place, you know.
Yeah.
So mentally and experience through life.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Yeah, man.
I've
So
had a good life.
yeah, man.
Okay.
So you're pretty grateful, you would say.
Yeah.
Very sweet guy, man.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, are you writing anything? Are you?
Yeah, I write down titles of stories that I want to write. I mean, I write the title, something that sounds good.
I did the same.
Yeah. Just come up with like 20 or 30 titles.
It's like it forms that foundation for a story or a song or
Yeah.
a poem,
You get a feeling out of it.
and then you work it from there.
Yeah,
It's like
you
the
get
core of a
feeling.
web.
Yeah.
Why did you ask that question about earlier in class about if using rhyme?
Oh yeah. Because I was reading a poem, and I was trying to get maybe the first 3 lines made a little bit sense, but then when it came to a rhyme, it threw me off.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you follow the homework? Did you do the reading for Jack Frost?
Jack Frost?
Or Robert Frost,
I
I
did
mean.
some of it, not
You
all
did?
of
Not
it.
all of it?
Not all of it.
Well, the reading he told us to read, like the last page, it wasn't really a poem. It was like an excerpt or like a little, maybe a small essay. Something about poem. Like this is the description of a poem. I can't remember, but I think you should read it, man, because he talks about how poems are something you just don't have to second guess too much, or sometimes a poem is like writing to the point of like you never knew you had that in your head, or you never even knew you knew this, whether it be the knowledge or wisdom. Yeah, it's very interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting. I don't know if you ever read The Apology by Plato.
No.
It's like about Socrates when he was on trial. Well, that story is they're trying to well, they eventually put Socrates to death because they said he was corrupting the youth. He was 70 at this age, corrupting the youth, being an atheist. You know, back then it was, I guess, serious, and being like an evil person.
Yeah.
Because what happened was the story of Socrates. An oracle told Socrates' like best friend that Socrates is the wisest to ever live. Because oracles, like, they speak, they're prophets, but the gods speak to them to speak to the world. So Socrates said, "What? I'm gonna go inquire to the oracle." The oracle told him the same thing. He said, "You know what? Then my job is to go talk to the other wise people in society and see who's wiser than me." And he found out that other people were more. They might have been wiser at that something specific, but when it came to wisdom of life, he's like, "Dude, these people have no wisdom. They pretend that they know." So he said, "What makes me wise is that I know I don't know anything," right? So he pissed everybody off. He pissed off the poets. He pissed off the people who made, like, the artisans. He pissed off the craftsmen. And so he talks about when he spoke to the poets, because the poets were actually one of his biggest enemies. He said, when I would go interview, I guess it's kind of like interview, when I go interview the greatest poets, like sometimes when I would question them, they didn't even know where their wisdom came from. And then reminded me whatever Jack Frost wrote, it's Jack Frost, right? Yeah, I think it's Jack Frost, or Jack or Robert, I can't remember. But Frost,
Oh yeah.
when Frost, when he, like what I just read, he was saying the same thing. Like Socrates would have been like, "Oh, this guy knows that he doesn't know anything," and because Socrates was like, they couldn't explain where their knowledge came from, their poetry and their beautiful songs, beautiful writings, that they didn't even know where it came from. So it seems as if it just came from like a god used them to speak. So he said one of the worst things is for people that are good at certain things to act like they know other things. You know, like, you know, when famous people become famous and they want to start being, oh yeah, start preaching or act like they know other things. we also talked about that too. So it just like was like, oh, dude, Frost is onto something. Like he knows that sometimes that's Frost. One of his favorite things about writing poetry is when he shocks himself at the wisdom that came through him to write down. Right? So that's pretty amazing. I'm just trying to share with the people that, because I have a YouTube channel and I get paid for it, you know.
Yeah.
And people like to hear interesting stories. And all right, my friend, I'll see you in the class.
Okay, I'll see you in
Take
class.
care, man. We'll talk again.
Yep.
Peace.
Peace.